Hello and welcome to this Ascended Masters workshop. I'm Francesca Siragusa, author, Ascension leader, and principal teacher with the Diana Cooper School of White Light. And I'm very honored. Today I have a very special guest with me, my dear friend and colleague, Surabhi Kalsi. Hi, Surabhi.
Hi, Francisca, so lovely to join you and all these wonderful people. And we're going to have a great time with the Ascended Masters on this Zoom.
Absolutely. We're going to have so much fun. And I'm so happy you are here with me.
So am I.
So Surabhi is a master teacher with the Diana Cooper School of White Light. She is also a holistic health coach, and her mission is to help women empower themselves mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, and just get healthy in that way. So Surabhi, would you do an opening for us to help us ground and attune?
Yes. All right. So I invite all of you to just sit comfortably and close your eyes. And just breathe in deeply and exhale fully. Bringing your complete awareness to your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Becoming aware of this beautiful rhythm of life that is connecting you to everything that is. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just give yourself permission to relax. And if you sense that you're holding any tension anywhere in your body, just give that part of you the permission to relax, to let it go. Checking in, relaxing your shoulders. And as you breathe in, just gently breathe in to your heart center and exhale fully. And as you're consciously breathing into your heart, you are gently awakening your beautiful fifth dimensional heart energy of pure, unconditional love. And as you tune in to this frequency of unconditional love, let this energy enfold you. And this is the space from where we will work today, connecting with our higher self, our monad, our source, connecting with these wonderful ascended masters that are here to work with us today. And now take your awareness to the base of your feet, and you can sense Archangel Michael reaching out and placing his hands over your feet to ground you deeply. And you also have the presence of earth dragons supporting you in grounding you and anchoring you. And now, Archangel Michael reaches out up towards the skies above you, reaching up to the source and bringing down this beautiful beam of white light. And just allow this light to enfold you and completely illuminating your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And you can sense this light from the source going through your activated chakras, illuminating them. And you are now this beautiful and pure channel of the divine, connected to Mother Earth, connected to the source, connected to your higher self, your own inner wisdom, inner intelligence in this space. And now I call upon Archangel Michael to come forward and place his deep blue cloak of protection around each one of us. And this cloak brings his wonderful energies and his protection as we prepare to raise our vibrations and open up to receiving from higher dimensional beings. And we also have the beautiful Mother Mary placing her aquamarine cloak around each one of us. And now I call upon the air dragons to blow away any lower energies from your being, from your space, from your surroundings, and enfold you and your space in this beautiful bubble that allows only positive, high vibrational energies to pass through. And I call upon the ascended masters that are going to work with us today, the masters associated with the 7 rays. And you may also call upon your spiritual team, your guides, your personal dragons, unicorns, angels, all of these high vibrational beings that are here to support us now. And if you feel inspired to call in any particular divine being or ascended master, you may do so now. And whenever you feel complete, once again, you can take a deep breath in and exhale fully, coming back to the present, and very gently open your eyes.
Thank you, Surabhi. That was so beautiful. And we're all ready now for the work that we're going to do. So our topic is the Ascended Masters, and everyone here, I'm sure, is working with the Ascended Masters, whether you know it or not. So would you share with us in the chat box whether you are consciously working with the Ascended Masters, whether you call them in and, you know, ask them to assist you on your path? Just put a yes or a no in the chat box. Yes. Yes. Okay, lots of yeses are coming in. So Joy assumes that if you need them. Well, it's always best to ask as well. It's a universal law, like with the angels, unicorns, and dragons. If you ask them to assist you, you're giving them permission, because they will always respect your free will. So if you ask, they can better help you. I was asking whether you consciously work with the Ascended Masters, whether you call them in. That was a question there. Joy is working with the violet flame. Okay, everyone's saying yes. So what are Ascended Masters? The Ascended Masters are our brothers and sisters. They have had incarnations here on earth. They have learned lessons. They have gone through their initiations, and in order to embody a higher consciousness. So they're now up the ladder, they're in the cosmic evolution, and part of their mission is to help us do the same. So they're helping us move forward on our ascension path. And let's also just say what ascension is. Do you have any ideas? How would you define ascension? Please share in the chat box. What is ascension? Ascension can be a lot of things. So just go for it. Anyone, any ideas? What is ascension to you, Surabhi?
Well, to me, ascension is about a conscious application of, actually connecting with my guides. They could be angels, they could be unicorns, they could be ascended masters, and then really bringing down what I receive from them and applying them into my life, and in practical ways too. It's like really bringing all of that into my presence, and that's ascension for me in a simple way.
Beautiful answer. And Klana is saying raising our vibration. Absolutely. As we raise our vibration, we move forward on our path. Cinzia said a state of being. Yes. Would you say it's a state of being, Surabhi?
Yeah, in a way it is.
In a way, because that makes me think more of enlightenment. Enlightenment sometimes happens at the same time with ascension. Usually it precedes it, but that is like a state of being. But yes, of course, if you are ascended, then you would also be in a state of enlightenment. So you'd be living in the present time. You wouldn't worry about the past or the future. And you would just feel peaceful in the way you are. Gisela says to allow higher energies come into your physical body. Absolutely. My answer would be to consciously bring down the light from your soul, from your higher self, your soul, and your mighty I Am presence into your physical body. So you bring down higher light and you anchor it. Trish, ascension is the path of self-mastery, moving from one frequency and state of consciousness to another. To describe this further, this means moving from a limited, dense, three-dimensional perspective of ego into a higher level of heart and love, fifth-dimensional consciousness. Beautiful answer. Thank you, Trish. Cinzia, yes, raising the vibrations. It is a state of being inside of us. Yes, raising our vibrations so we can attain a state of complete ease and communication easily with our masters. Wisdom from a higher perspective, from the ascended beings, conscious connection. Yes, everyone is correct. So that's ascension. Now we're going to talk about the 7 rays, because Surabhi and I will be guiding you in a meditation, which I called 7-ray activation with the Ascended Masters. So there are 12 rays which Source is beaming down to Earth, but we are only going to be working with 7 today. So there are pulses of light that bathe the earth and have an influence on us similar to astrology, because each ray is associated with certain attributes. And that means that you will feel strongly linked to one of those 7 rays and to its master as well. So each ray is being directed by an ascended master. But even though you might feel strongly linked to one, which is your ray, it is still beneficial to integrate all of them because they all bring wonderful qualities, wonderful attributes. So we want to integrate all of them. So Surabhi and I will just tell you what these rays are and which masters direct them. So the first ray is the ray of power and will. And this is directed by the Master El Moria. Now, El Moria embodies the qualities of the wise leader. He embodies the divine masculine qualities. So that's courage, power, strength, fortitude, determination. So these are all the qualities that we need to transcend our lower self. And he works very closely with Djwhal Khul and Lord Kuthumi, who actually were in the past incarnations. They were the three wise men, and El Moria was Melchior, and El Moria was also King Arthur, whom everyone knows, and King Solomon. So he's also associated with wisdom. Now, Surabhi, would you like to introduce the second?
Yes. So the second ray is associated with wisdom, illumination, and connecting to the mind of God. So the masters that are connected to this ray, the Chohan of this ray is Lord Lanto. And something really beautiful about this ascended master is that he, in his incarnation, he is said to have accomplished, more than any other master on the earth. And he was able to really embody unconditional love to the level, to such an extent that he had this golden light coming out of his heart center, and everybody could see it. It was easily visible to everyone. And I think that's so magnificent. And he is connected to the flame of illumination that is available to us now, and to help us in our spiritual development. And his retreat is deep in the forest in China, and that's where you can go to connect with him. The other ascended master connected to this ray is Lord Kuthumi, and he is the world teacher along with Sananda, and so he basically oversees all the schools and the learnings on the inner plane. He has is the keeper of ancient esoteric knowledge as well. And he's really helping people today to understand spiritual truths and really helps people in their spiritual development as well, and understanding of spiritual truths. And his retreat is in India, one is in Kashmir and Agra. And the other master is Djwhal Khul, and he is also known as the Tibetan master. His retreat is in Mumbai in India. And so he works very closely with Lord Kuthumi, and he's also helping him in overseeing these schools of knowledge. And Lord Kuthumi was in fact his spiritual teacher. And he also belongs to the Brotherhood of the Golden Robe. And Lord Kuthumi is also a part of this brotherhood. And like I think Francisca mentioned, that he and Lord Kuthumi and El Moria, they were basically incarnated as the three wise men at the time of the birth of Jesus. And his main task, he basically helps in healing. He helps in, healing with the angels, and also in he will assist any philanthropic cause or organizations like the Red Cross. And he is said to have lived in Lemuria and contains and carries that wisdom from Lemuria as well. So these were the masters associated with this ray. And Francisca, over to you now.
Yes. So the third ray of active intelligence and love is being directed by Paul the Venetian. Paul the Venetian has a spiritual retreat in France, in the south of France. And he also works at the Temple of the Sun. That's a retreat which is located above the Statue of Liberty in New York. And that is because he saved the flame of liberty at the Atlantis. And that flame is very, very relevant, of course, right now. And in his past incarnations, he was Paolo Veronese, that was a Venetian Renaissance painter. And he made the most beautiful, immense paintings. They're like really huge. And he was using a lot of detail, a lot of people in these paintings, and a lot of beautiful colors. And back to you, Surabhi.
Okay, so ray 4 is the ray of beauty and harmony, and the master is Seraphis Bey, and he's basically working in bringing in higher healing to medicine, right? To include colors and lasers and sound waves, and bringing all of this to healing. And he's the keeper of the white flame of ascension. And he's also known as the Egyptian because his teachings are said to be hidden in the pyramids. And that's why his spiritual retreat is at Luxor in Egypt. Over to you, Francisca.
Okay, the next one is the fifth ray of knowledge and science. And that is directed by Master Hilarion. Now, Hilarion, he is a guardian of ancient Egyptian mysteries. And in his life as Hilarion, he was a gifted healer that was in Cyprus, where he performed miracle healings. He has a retreat above the island of Crete. He also works with the Galactic Federation, and he is an ambassador for Saturn. So his retreat above the island of Crete is called the Temple of Truth. And of course, truth is something else that's very relevant right now. And because he works with this ray, he can actually drop seeds of knowledge, seeds of progress into you. He can share technology, future technology with you, which you then can pass on to other people. And over to you again.
Yeah. Ray 6 is the ray of devotion and idealism, and the ascended master connected to it is Mary Magdalene, who oversees this ray. And this ray was the most prominent during the time of Jesus. So we also have Sananda very, very much connected to this ray. And so Mary Magdalene is now really working in the the rise of the divine feminine on the planet and bringing back this energy. And she's also connected with healing and new healing methods. And so with, for all the healers who are into healing, she's really someone who can, overlight what you do. And her retreat is in Rosslyn Chapel. It's over the Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. And she is somebody who truly understands the teachings of Jesus, and having worked with him so closely. And she's also accelerating the development of the consciousness of humanity. And she was also a healer in Lemuria in one of her past lives. And so she brings in all of that knowledge. And the other master connected to this ray is Sananda, or Jesus, and his retreat is at Mount Olive in Israel. And again, he has the role of the world teacher along with Lord Kuthumi. and oversees the schools. And he basically originated from Venus, came to Earth with absolutely no karma. And he was really prepared for this role, his birth as Jesus. And even his parents were very evolved souls. So his main purpose is to anchor the Christ consciousness onto the planet and to bring that in. And he also oversees all healers. So over to you, Francisca.
Okay, and the seventh ray is the ray of transformation and freedom, and that is being directed by Lady Nada, who has taken over from Saint Germain. So both of them are working on this ray. It is the dominant ray for the age of Aquarius. It is the ray of the high priests and high priestesses who are now called into action. We are all called into action now, to help bring in this shift into the new golden age. And Lady Nada, she is the twin flame of Jesus. She's a member of the Karmic Board, and she was a priestess in the Temple of Love in Atlantis. That means she can help us understand and teach us all the higher aspects of love. And Saint Germain, he's also known as the Lord of Civilization, a title given to him, and he helps to oversee the ascension process now on the planet. He has brought the flame of freedom before the sinking of Atlantis to the Rákóczi mansion, which is one of his retreats in Transylvania. And there is a permanent focus of this flame there. In his past incarnations, he had many, many past incarnations. So I'm just going to say a few. He was Lao Tzu, the philosopher, Joseph of Nazareth, Merlin. He was Columbus. And in his incarnation as Count Saint Germain, he achieved immortality. And he had many, many talents like languages, music, painting, swordsmanship, alchemy. And together with the Archangel Zadkiel, he brought back the violet flame for us to use now to clear the energies on the planet. So I think we are ready now to do the activation. So we are going to visit Djwhal Khul's spiritual retreat in Tibet to receive this 7-ray activation with the masters. And I've chosen this retreat because Djwhal Khul is an expert on the rays. He has brought much information about them in the Alice Bailey books. So when I was tuning in to see where we should go, he stepped forward. Okay, so I'm going to start. So let's close our eyes and relax. Just take a deep breath and relax from head to toe. Let go of any thoughts and just clear your mind. So you are aware of your beautiful silvery golden roots, keeping you deeply anchored into the earth. And around yourself, you can see and feel Archangel Michael's protective cloak. Now call your guardian angel to come very close to you. Feel his presence. Just take a moment to connect and say hello. And then take his hand or her hand and take yourself up into the sky. And you fly across land, water, mountains, until you reach Tibet. And here you can see the breathtaking snow-capped mountains against the azure sky, white clouds. And as you approach Djwhal Khul's temple, shimmering with golden light, your heart jumps with anticipation and excitement. You are given permission to enter the courtyard, and you are amazed by the beauty of the trees, the flowers, and you can see the amazing care that has gone into taking care of this place. And Djwhal Khul, in golden robes, comes to greet you. His eyes are sparkling, and there is a big smile on his face. You bow as you see him, and he returns the bow. Here you are, finally, he says. I've been expecting you.
He invites you to follow him along a path that leads into the most magnificent gardens. You can smell the fragrant scents of flowers and walk past a pond with different colored lotus flowers. They look exceptionally beautiful, and you can see a group of people now. They have been waiting for you. Djwhal Khul informs you, and he introduces them to you. You have El Moria, Lord Lanto, Paul the Venetian, Seraphus Bey, Hilarion, Mary Magdalene, and Lady Nada. Lord Kutumi, Jesus, Saint Germain are also present there, and there may also be other masters. The Ray Masters are going to overlight the activation of the 7 divine rays in your aura. The Masters all smile and form a circle around you.
El Moria, with a loud and authoritative voice, invokes Ray 1 of power and will to descend directly from Source. And you see it descend, coming down through your higher chakras. A stream of blue light is flowing into your heart, and then it expands outward into all your bodies. You are now absorbing the divine qualities of Ray 1. This ray is filling your whole aura now, and it energizes you with power, determination, fortitude, emotional and mental strength, courage, faith, the will to do good, caring, and concern. It helps you find purpose in the world and align your will with the will of your soul, your higher self, and source. Just focus for a minute on absorbing these energies.
Lord Lanto now invokes the second ray of wisdom and illumination to descend from source. And you can see or sense a stream of golden yellow light flow down into your heart, and then it expands outwards into all your bodies. You are now absorbing the divine qualities of this ray. It energizes your knowledge, brings you wisdom, insight, enlightenment, love, compassion, generosity, fairness, and patience. And this ray helps you go through your initiations on your ascension path and connects you to the mind of Source or God. It helps you remember who you truly are and your soul purpose. It prepares you for the new golden age. So take some time to absorb this wonderful energy and let it integrate.
Master Paul now invokes the third ray of active intelligence to descend. See a stream of pink light flow down into your heart and expand into all your bodies and aura. You're now absorbing the divine qualities of this ray: creativity, imagination, perseverance. This ray helps you to start a project and complete it. It helps you to use your intelligence for the greatest good, and it carries cosmic love. This ray increases your manifestation power and connects you to the heart of Source. Become aware that this ray activates the pink flame of love in your own heart to increase and radiate brighter. I'll just take a moment to absorb this beautiful energy.
Seraphis Bey now invokes the fifth ray of beauty and harmony to descend directly from Source. You can see or sense a stream of white light flowing down into your heart, and then it expands outwards into all your bodies. You are now absorbing the divine qualities of this ray, and this ray brings you the purity of Source, peace, confidence, self-control, and it helps you to create harmony through the beauty of creation. It helps you to receive inspiration from the higher spheres, and this ray moves you forward on your ascension path and helps you pass your initiations. It helps you to remember how to pass your initiations and be ready for the new golden age. So allow this energy to integrate.
Master Hilarion now invokes the fifth ray of knowledge and science to descend directly from Source. See a stream of emerald green light flow down into your heart and then expand into all of your bodies. You are now absorbing the divine qualities of this ray associated with spiritual technology. Its qualities include attention to detail, acquisition of knowledge, patience, justice, and perseverance. It helps you develop your analytical mind and the ability to analyze and understand information quickly and easily. The cosmic law of the science of healing, mathematics, music, and sacred geometry. This ray also brings you abundance in all its forms. It fills you with compassion and opens your mind. It brings alchemy, healing, and rejuvenation so you can serve in the new golden age. And just absorb that for a moment.
Mary Magdalene now invokes the sixth ray of devotion and idealism to descend directly from source. And you can see a stream of gold and purple light flowing down through your higher chakras into your heart and into your solar plexus. And then it expands outward into all of your bodies. You are now absorbing the divine qualities of this ray. This ray is associated with true spirituality, selfless devotion, idealism, and service. This ray also brings you spiritual awareness, detachment, single-mindedness, and loyalty to a cause. It brings the peace of the cosmic Christ into your heart, your solar plexus, and the whole of your being. So take a moment and integrate these energies.
Lady Nada, with a loud and clear voice, invokes the ray of transformation and freedom, and you see a stream of violet light flowing down from the heavens through your higher chakras, through the crown, into your body and heart. Then it expands outwards into all of your bodies. You are absorbing now the divine qualities of this ray. Feel the energy of freedom enter your heart and your entire being. That includes the freedom to be who you truly are. The freedom to stand with your beliefs. This ray is associated with alchemy, transmutation. It brings grace, dignity, esoteric knowledge, magic, diplomacy, cooperation, wisdom, and creative power. This ray helps you to bring heaven to earth, to be a channel for high frequency light. It moves you into action to help earth shift into the new fifth dimensional golden age. It brings you the highest form of freedom, the freedom of source, and the knowledge of the immortality of your soul. And just focus on that for a moment and absorb.
Djwhal Khul now speaks, and he tells you to feel all 7 rays being fully activated in your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. Focus on this for a moment and see the colors in your aura. Djwhal Khul tells you now that one master is going to step forward for you. This is the master that you are most connected with right now. It is the master you work with and you work for. It is the master whose ashram you most frequently visit as you sleep. This master may be one of the masters present here, or it may be a different one. The perfect master is now standing in front of you. Observe him connect with him, and take a few moments to talk to him. You may ask any questions you may have about your life or your next step on your mission.
Thank the Master for the insights you have received, and thank all the others. And Djwhal Khul now accompanies you back through the gardens, and by the lotus flower pond he stops. He invites you to pick a lotus flower. Lotus come in many colors, so choose the color that attracts you the most. This lotus flower is sacred and my gift to you, he says, to remind you of your own divinity. Thank Djwhal Khul for the wonderful gift that you have received and for hosting this event at his Tibetan retreat. Then together with your guardian angel, take your leave. And across space and time, over land and sea, you return safely into your own space. You bring your consciousness fully back into your body, and you visualize your roots anchoring you deep into Mother Earth. And when you are ready, slowly and gently, you start to move and you open your eyes. You may wish to stretch, and you can share your experience in the chat box. Please share which master stepped forward for you, which color lotus you picked, and which ray you felt most attracted to, which ray resonated with you the most. And while you do that, I'm going to ask Surabhi about her experience. What did you experience?
Oh, it was really wonderful, and each ray has a very distinct energy, and it was beautiful. And for me, the master that stepped forward very unexpectedly was Lord Hilarion, and I think I'm gonna connect more consciously with him now. And the lotus color was purple, the one that I picked from the pond. So it was really beautiful. Thank you, Francisca.
Thank you. Well, I also had an unusual experience. The ray which I work on, which most resonates with, is ray 1. So I know that. And I connect a lot with Master El Moria. But here now, it was Sanat Kumara who stepped forward. I was like really amazed. And he said, I'm your father and I'm everyone's father. And then I said, I just asked, why did you step forward? And he said, I love you and I love all of humanity. It was like really emotional. It was, completely unexpected. So let's see what other people shared. Ayla, white and blue lotus. Oh, I forgot about the lotus. I saw 2 lotuses, a blue and a golden one.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, my message was about expansion. So he said that he was going to help me with that expansion that's going to happen now. So yeah,
Right.
it resonated quite a bit. Yeah.
So Ayla, she picked a white and blue lotus, and Elmoria, Irene, Master Hilarion, and Kamakura. She picked a white lotus and enjoyed every ray. Thank you for sharing. Cinzia, golden orange lotus. Okay, Amina got disconnected. Gisela El Moria and a white lotus. White lotus, of course, is a sign of purity. Golden I associate with divinity, and blue I associate with the divine masculine and the first ray. Amina connected with Hilarion, but Mary was next to him. Magenta lotus, how beautiful. That reminds me of the soul, connection with the soul, embodying the soul. Purple and turquoise, 5th ray Hilarion. How interesting that Hilarion stepped forward for so many people.
Yeah.
Purple and turquoise. That looks beautiful. That sounds beautiful. Mary Magdalene and Lady Nardas. Electric pink. That sounds very beautiful. And purpose lotus. Pink reminds me of love, of course. Purple with spirituality. Blue lotus and rosy color. So thank you, Klana. Thank you everyone. Sometimes we can fall asleep when the frequencies get very high. White lotus with pink and purple in it. Wow. Mary Magdalene and a pink lotus. Saint Germain came forward. White and pink lotus, a lot of heart energy here. Mary Magdalene's ray, golden ray I felt the most. Cinzia, Master Jesus and Master Mary. Thank you, Benefa. Three masters, Sana Kumara came forward for you as well. Wow. Mary Magdalene and Saint Germain. I really struggled to pick my lotus, but eventually decided on pink then purple. Yes, of course, you're working with all these masters that stepped forward for you, and also the rays that you felt the most. Thank you, Gisela. Bye. Hug to you. Serapis Bay stepped forward for joy, Metatron, and a violet lotus flower, and the seventh ray of transformation. He will assist you with your 5D process and bringing gifts forward. That's great. Yes, there will be a recording. There will be a recording, so you can listen to it again and again if you want to. Oh, thank you, Trish. Thank you. I'm so glad that you enjoyed it. I'm really so happy to be of service. Thank you, everyone. And thank you so much, Surabhi, for being my special guest here.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. And thank you for having me. It was so special.
And I also wanted to say that if any of you here are interested in becoming an Ascension teacher, of course, it's very easy to do the training. All you need to do is get in touch with either of us. So Surabhi can train you to be an Ascension teacher with the Diana Cooper School of White Light. You can then hold your own workshops and teach about Ascension and the Masters. And you can get in touch with me. I know you've got my email, and Wesley has just put in the chat for you Surabhi's email, which is surabhi.kalsi@gmail.com. So you could get in touch with her if you would like to train with her to become an Ascension teacher. I mean, you can just get in touch, of course, to get more details. And you can have a chat with either of us to talk about this training and receive the details. So we can stop the recording here.